We find the world's smallest suitcase, I get a pre-departure orange juice, and we get to try out this amazing seat on an intra-Europe business class route. If that sounds good, stay tuned as we fly with Air Europa on their Boeing 787-9 from Amsterdam over to Madrid. Thanks for joining me. Now, we all know that I'm a complete aviation geek, so my journey today actually started at London Heathrow, and with the good news that I've been upgraded to business class, but I needed to get to Amsterdam first. Here's the Amsterdam Crown Lounge over at Schiphol, and this is where I take my flight with Air Europa in their Boeing 787-9 from here to Madrid. Here's the jet we flew on today. I was due to be flying economy today between Amsterdam and Madrid, but saw in the app that I could bid for an upgrade to business class. Lots of airlines now do this, and I have to say, please don't tell my wife, but I often upgrade and I'm successful, even though I'll only offer the minimum bid. It's a beautiful day for flying. Not sure whether that's because it's sunny or because I know I'm going to get to sit in a long haul business class product. Here's a close-up of our 787-9 taking us over to Madrid today. There was a short delay to boarding as the gentleman in front of me couldn't find his passport. I think I was actually panicking more than he was. There he is, just ahead of me. Thankfully, he found it. And here we are boarding this 787-9. Look at this lovely business cabin in a 1-2-1 configuration. People were still boarding, and yet service had already started for us in business class. It gave me a chance to have a nice drink and to get to look around my new home for the next couple of hours. With plenty of connectivity, a reading light, a bottle of water waiting for me, this is a really nice start to my journey. There's plenty of space, you didn't feel hemmed in. And there's also an enormous tray table, which I'm going to show you how not to open. It absolutely is impossible to do. It seems one-handed, but you get the idea. Aside from the massive TV screen, there's plenty of places to store things, and a little USB snuck away in that little shelf. And here is the world's smallest suitcase. Okay, it's not a suitcase, but it is what the earphones came concealed within. You also got free Wi-Fi as a business class passenger, and there was also a wipe for cleaning up as you see fit. Looking around the cabin, it's no wonder my upgrade bid was accepted. It was a very empty business cabin for this morning's flight. And talking of flights, if you like what you see, please do like, subscribe and set those notifications to capture my adventures in the future. Thank you. And as ever, thanks to Air Europa for providing brilliant seat maps. And here's the one for this aircraft that we're on today. These are Jamco Venture business class seats. Soon we were pushing back and reminded of this being a real SkyTeam stronghold. Lots of Delta and KLM jets waiting for their next adventure. If you're planning to fly with Air Europa in the near future, do look out for the cabin, as they have another 787-9 version where the cabin in business is a 2-2-2 configuration. This is the video I took a few months back when I'd done this route before. You'll see the cabin is very, very different, and it might not be quite such a positive experience, particularly if you're having to climb over the person sat next to you. That said, I'm a mere mortal. This was also a very nice configuration for what was a very short flight between Barcelona and Madrid. But I thought I'd share this with you, just so you can look out for this if you are flying with these guys in the near future. Soon and bang on time we were taxiing out to the runway here at Schiphol, and thankfully it was a runway that was fairly close to where we were parked. Two things you should know about Schiphol. One, it's a very tight airport to connect in. Always allow at least 2 hours between arriving and then connecting to another flight. And secondly, particularly if you're only flying short haul, it's not unusual that you spend as much time taxiing at Schiphol than you actually do in the air. I'm sure others have had that experience. Maybe make some comments below. Anyways, here we are headed for the runway. Now, I'd love to say I chose this particular seat because it had such an amazing view of the engine. I sort of did, but ultimately, let's all enjoy the takeoff now with the brilliant view of the 787-9's engine and wing as we depart Amsterdam for Madrid. And there we are up in the air, a nice, quick and very smooth takeoff as we head for our destination. Again, look at what a beautiful day we have for flying. We made a heavy left turn as we left the airport, and you could just see there the runway that we've just departed on from Schiphol. Immediately after takeoff, we were treated to some very lovely views as we departed. Soon we were told that the Wi-Fi was working, and as business class customers we got free access to messaging. There were other packages available, which I'm showing on the screen now. Following a few more beautiful turns leaving Schiphol, we were soon getting to cruising altitude, and it wouldn't be long before service started. I found it physically impossible to take a shot of this in any other way, but I wanted to lie flat in what was a lie flat business class seat. Now I'm going to be honest, it was very comfortable. However, when I did lie flat, I found it rather snug. I'm 6'4", so you may not have that problem, but particularly for my feet, there wasn't an awful lot of room to move them in the footwell there. That said, I'm not complaining. It was still a very comfortable space to be in, but just be wary of it. If you are a tall person like me, there ain't a lot of space for your big feet. This was a short 2-hour intra-Europe flight, so I wasn't expecting too much to eat, but what showed up was actually really nice. Small portions in a tapas style, and actually it tasted amazing. Here's a quick snapshot of the menu today. The prawns were superb, and I really don't think it was eels, by the way. Here's me enjoying a quick drink that was also served alongside my meal. Cheers! It was tricky too because I'm doing dry January, so I was drinking non-alcoholic beer. This, by the way, is actually pretty decent. Wonder what film I'm watching? Let me know in the comments if you know. Anyways, here's a look at the seat again. A very nice place to be, very comfortable, lots of adjustment, a brilliant big TV screen, lots of connectivity, and actually, aside from the footwell, I think it's a relatively spacious seat. Before too long, far too soon in my opinion, we were on our descent into Madrid. Here we are, making our final approach now into Madrid, and some final reflections about this flight. Of course, there's absolutely no need for this type of product for a short 2-hour flight, but I have to say, if I were to fly long haul in the future, Air Europa, they weren't, but now very much are on my radar. The staff were great, the seat was superb, the IFE was really good, and overall it was a really nice experience. The flight didn't cost me loads of additional money, and I guess, obviously, between these short distances, it probably wouldn't be worth it for most, but I enjoyed the experience nonetheless and glad to have been able to share it with all of you. Now, Air Europa is not alone in using a wide-body to do European routes. Finnair, Iberia, Turkish and even Lufthansa often use big jets to do really busy routes between big cities in Europe. Just look out for that next time you're flying, because it's a really nice experience, and often if you do upgrade to business class with those airlines, you get to experience a real business class product as opposed to intra-Europe business class products. Anyways, if you've liked what you've seen, thanks so much for watching, and please do like and follow me. I'd really appreciate your support as I grow the channel. Pulling up to the gate can only mean one thing. That's right, the end of the video. For those who already subscribe, I really appreciate your support, and for anyone else that's interested in what I'm doing, please do like and subscribe for more content in the future. In the meantime, thanks so much all of you for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time.